Welcome to this new video today. It's 5:48 AM. Half my brain is still asleep. I'm on my way to meet Wen now for a 3-hour ride. We're gonna do Bartley Coastal today. It is way too early in the morning to be up, but we don't really have a choice because over here traffic is quite heavy, so everyone tends to start quite early. As you can see, there are quite a few other people on the road as well. And we're all different groups, so it's like 4 different groups of people, and it's only 5 AM. Over here we try to start a bit earlier on the weekdays, especially because the traffic is lighter and the weather is more cooling as well. As you can see, there are quite a lot of other people as well on the road. I think past 8 or 9 it starts to get a bit warm. Some people start even earlier, like 4+, but that's way too early. We usually meet at MSPC. It's about a 20-minute ride from my place. Good morning.
Good morning.
Is your brain awake already?
Yeah, it's awake. My legs maybe not. Brain's awake. What a nice day.
Will you tell the viewers what the plan is for today?
So today we are doing a Bartley Coastal. Now we are at the start of our ride. So headed over to Bartley now before we hit Tanah Coastal, and then down into the CBD and Green Corridor home, all before work starts. So it's gonna be a good day, hopefully.
Very good. This is one of the best weekday loops, mainly because most people tend to do Mandai on weekdays, but it's only about 30-ish K, and this one we get about 60 to 80K depending on where you start, except for this initial part which is a bit heavy, which is why we wake up really early for it. Once you get to about coastal, it's just basically PCN all the way. So I guess that helps a lot because that is also the time where the peak hour traffic comes in, and you get to avoid the traffic by going into the park.
It's also a pretty good effort. Number of hills, good flat sections, good downtown power, and just sit in the wind. Feels like it's been a headwind all morning so far, but nothing to really complain about yet. But so good. Very nice weekday morning ride, like we said.
Yeah, and you can see the traffic on the other side of the road because everyone's bringing their kids to school. Yeah, and not too many lights as well. I think this is the first light that we've stopped at so far since we started. So I guess the direction matters as well because this one is going away from town, so the traffic is going to be better than on the other side. We're done with the part with the heavy traffic. We're headed to coastal now. So far the pace has been quite nice. I think we've kept it quite steady throughout. once again, the idea of these rides is not to go really fast, but to just keep a constant steady pace throughout, just to get the distance in, which is why we wanted a loop that was around 80 k's, so we get some good time in the saddle. And also at the same time we had to consider dealing with like weekday traffic and like the weather, and of course some of us also have to work, so starting early helps. Okay, I guess you just have to turn around and then you have to pee somewhere else. You can go through Loyang.
Yeah, you guys can go to Loyang.
Yeah, can.
The 21st or 22nd. I think the air show is over lah.
Every day.
Every day.
Okay, thanks.
So guys.
Good pee? So we just had a pee stop. We found out that coastal is closed because of the air show, which means that we will have to reroute and just go. Yeah. We can do Southern Climbs tomorrow.
Okay. Like a whole lot of hurt tomorrow then.
Oh no, we can do the ECP usual lah.
Oh yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Can also do some of the southern climbs if you want.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're headed back the same way we came from. Well, I guess that means more distance.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just gonna go on through the other side of the airport. Go back to Loyang. Some heavy traffic, but it's okay. And we'll end up at East Coast Park again. On the bright side, the sun is out.
Yes. Not so gloomy anymore. Looking forward to breakfast.
So am I, man. I'm so hungry now.
It seems like traffic is heavier on the other side, which is a recurring theme for this ride. So I hope that when we reach Loyang it stays the same. But just that now it's gotten a lot windier.
Now I know why it was so easy when we were heading onto the other side.
Yeah.
So we've been getting a tailwind the whole ride. Oh, the traffic on this side is surprisingly good.
Yeah, I hope it stays that way. Especially once we get into Loyang. I got my fingers crossed.
On this side of the road, we're getting the wind but no traffic. And on the other side of the road, we get the tailwind but a lot of traffic. Since we have to make this detour anyway and go on to the other side, decided to check some small roads around and see if we can find a little bit of a shortcut onto the other side. Then right at the bottom. So we're just riding past the prison now. Making this diversion, I was kind of hoping that the traffic would be lighter because the alternative would be to go through a main big road. Doesn't seem so bad for now. Just a lot of traffic lights. So if we hadn't gone by the small road, actually we'd be coming out by there. But then again, I just realized that that is also part of an expressway, so we would have been able to get onto it anyway. So I guess luckily we made the detour. We didn't exactly have a choice also.
This is not accepted.
This is not. So we finally made it.
Safe and sound. That was fun. A lot of roads I've not seen on the bike. You know, not ridden in traffic like that in at least 6 months. So that always, you know, keeps you a little bit sharp.
Forgot how it was like to deal with traffic already.
Yeah. That's the wonderful PCNs we have here in Singapore.
Yes.
Goodness, what will we do about it?
Because nowadays we always choose our routes very carefully, and
Especially
then
on the weekdays.
yes, and then timing selection is very important.
Crucial. Absolutely crucial.
But what we did not account for is basically the air show, so couldn't avoid that. So Wan, I noticed that you have new tires on.
Yeah, I do. I believe they are Vittoria Corsa Control.
28mm.
Yeah, 28mm. They're quite nice. They are a bit different from what I was previously running. So I was previously running a set of Bontrager R3s. Super hard, heavy duty, hard case kind of tire. Really nice, really like solid, long lasting. I think I've ridden it for about maybe a year.
Also 28mm?
Yeah, also 28mm. So I find that after going up, you know, the different numbers, right? I started at 18, then eventually things went to 20, I think. Before they went to 23, 25, and now 28. So I've done that all. I mean, if I think back about running the 23s at like 110 psi compared to running these 28s at maybe about 80, like these things ride like a dream. Super soft, super supple, and like super comfortable to ride on. The only downside I would say though for this particular pair of tires, which was a little unexpected, is that they were really difficult to put on. Like I couldn't do it, like, and that's the first, like I had to bring it to a shop to change my tires, so that's a bit embarrassing, but they just wouldn't stretch enough to go onto the rim. And every time I tried to mount one part, another part will pop off the rim. So after a while I was like, fuck, can't do this, need someone proper to do it, brought it to a shop. But they ride really nicely, they look nice, you know, with the gum walls and everything.
Yeah, I love the gum walls.
Yeah, it looks good on a black bike. It will look nicer when it's a bit dirtier as well, you know, once it's a bit weathered and it darkens out. So I'm excited for that.
Any reason why you chose to get the Corsas instead of other tires like GP5000s?
Good question. So I used to like to run GP4000s, which they've now since gone on to the 4002s and then now the 5000s, right? So my experience with the GP4000s was that they're very hard tires. Like, one, they're very hard to mount. Two, they're very harsh in terms of ride quality. And I previously run a set of Veloflex tires before, so similar cotton tires kind of deal, right? So those were very nice. The GP5000s are nice, they look good, especially in the tan sidewall ones, but I don't think they'd be my first choice. Apart from that, I think most of the other tire options are pretty much the same to me. The only one that really stood out was the Corsas. They came at a good price. I paid 60 per tire, so it's not too bad. Could have paid more, I'm sure, but these were okay. Yeah, these are their second ride, so no complaints yet. We'll see once we get an unfortunate puncture, then maybe I will complain a bit. But apart from that, really good.
These are the ones with the 320 TPI?
I want to say yes, but at the same time I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I can't give you a play-by-play compared to like maybe the Turbo Cotton, which I hear are very nice tires to run as well. But I don't know, these are good.
But for now, very smooth.
Very smooth.
Very supple.
Very. I think the only thing that will make it better and truly make it feel like riding on a cloud is if these were tubeless. Right now I'm running them as clinchers because it's just easier for me to service at home, which I prefer to do. So once I shift over to this, and you know, servicing at home is going to be a pain anyway, then I'll move over to tubeless because then I can bring it to the shop and then it's their problem. Yeah.
For the record, I run disc and I run tubeless and I have no maintenance issues.
And he rides on a cloud, so
yeah, and I ride 28mm tubeless.
And how many PSI, Vincent?
50 to 60. How many PSI are you on?
80.
Okay, 80 is not too bad.
And even then it's not that bad.
I think I could go lower. I will try 40 one day and tell you how it feels.
Maybe you should tell everybody how many PSI you used to run on your clinchers.
So when I used to be on clinchers with tube, I used to do 120 PSI because I thought that the higher the pressure, the faster. Turns out it was very uncomfortable. And now I know the meaning of comfort and I'll never go back there again. Okay, so we made it to breakfast. The best way to end off weekday rides is coming here and having this bowl of noodles.
And then riding home by the green corridor.
Yes, that's right. Strategically planned.
Yes. Just as you can see, traffic getting a bit heavier as well.
Yeah, I'm glad we made it here alive actually after today.
So fun.
Okay, that's all then. Catch you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.